Good morning, guys. This is Kenzo, Xtrahot Forex. So let's go straight to our daily analysis. Guess what? It's Monday. It's Monday. So things still looks like seriously bad for the market. So it seems like we're still gonna go down. The bearish market is still pushing lower and lower and lower. But I think in the US, I think they call it June something, Juneteenth or whatever. So it's a holiday actually. So I'm not expecting the market to push that much. But unless if maybe it's not that a bigger of a holiday, maybe they might still trade. But I will see later on because we have too much work to do this. So for those who want to join the team, you know what to do. You can just talk to me there. We still have that Father's Day special, which is $100. And if maybe you want to go monthly, you can just let me know for only $45. So let's go straight to the chart, guys. Let's go straight to the chart. And yeah, we need to just start with Bitcoin as always. I hope you did watch my previous video, which is yesterday, the weekly analysis. If you are still new, still early by the way, if you are still new, you can just smash that like button, subscribe, share with your friends. Let's grow the channel, guys. Don't forget that later on we're gonna go on our live session. We're still gonna go on our live session. So as I told you, we are on Bitcoin. So what's really happening on Bitcoin? I think it's quite straightforward. Since we had this bearish move, the market never recovered. The market never recovered. We can see the market was just going down here from these areas. The market was just pushing up. Down, which means yes, that is called like serious sell-off. So what's really happening here is the market might do the same thing here and push lower again. You should expect something like that to happen, by the way. So yeah, what do we expect? Maybe let's say, where can you sell? Where can you? No, I don't think maybe it's that difficult. Currently, as we have or as we identified this area as a support area, if once we break that, we can say below that we can just continue selling. Or if maybe the market comes around this area, it's where we can keep selling around those areas, unless if the market will break to the upside, maybe even reach this area as a resistance. That's also possible. That is like seriously possible, you see. So what I want to do actually is sorry by the way. So let's move to the next one. There was you see, when I'm like on this, when people talk, sometimes they just mess my concentration. So what's really happening on Mentorship? We are on Mentorship currently. So we still see that the market is still under. The market is still under that bearish move. So which means we can still continue with that sell. So on a 4-hour time frame, we can still maybe adjust our lines here and just make sure that things are proper. You can see that even if I remove this, actually you can see that why I drawn that. It's where the market created a support area. Then again, it seems like the market is coming back again, just to do what? Just to respect that and maybe push the lower side. But there is a possibility for the market to break that area and push the upside. But what we did currently is we have a sell pending order. If the market will continue with that sell, then it will find our order. So the best way is, let me just try maybe to zoom a little bit so that you can see nicely. So this is what we see currently. If anything happens, it means around this area we will find that sell pending order ready. If not, we will see the market breaking that and we'll start to say, okay, maybe the market is out of that bearish move and we are about to do what? To buy. Simple as that. We don't have to confuse ourselves. And this, the most important thing that you can do is to make your strategy way too simple to understand. Only few steps you already understand what's really happening in the market, or else you will end up getting like confused before you even have to trade. And we know the market is already complicated. So if you complicate your things, you're gonna have some serious issues. So currently we are on gold. So if you still remember, if you checked my previous video, you can easily see that actually the market is actually on a very nice and strong downtrend. The market is on a very nice and strong downtrend. So what's really happening here is we expecting the market to continue with that sell. You can see it's Monday. I'm also showing you the some of my signals. You can see that actually I did send the signal in the group around this area. Why? Because we can see that the market is continuing with we have a counter trend line there for a resistance. So it means if the market reaches this area, I will be expecting the market to keep pushing lower. Yes, you can say, oh, Kenzo, I can see maybe below this area there is some sort of maybe a support area. Yes, I can also see that, but actually the biggest trend here is a downtrend. That's why I'm continuing with that downtrend. So let's push the next one, which is US oil. We smashed this one last week, guys. We did smash this one last week. So what's really happening? How did we get that? I think it was quite simple for us. Let me just reduce that. It was quite simple, guys. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, share with your friends, okay, so what's really happening here is you can quietly see that, oh, the market was nicely pushing up. So even here we still have an uptrend actually. So actually the whole structure is on an uptrend. So this type of a move, that type of a sell, is not different from this type of sell-offs. They're just similar. It's just that the market was already higher, so which makes us to wait and say, okay, we can wait for the market to reach this area before we do what? Before we buy. But what we did actually, we saw that, oh, the gap here is like seriously bigger. The gap is seriously bigger, which makes our job very simple to say, okay, we can just hit and run a sell around this area before we change our direction and say maybe we can have a buy. But around this area, the market was going down. When it pushes up, we knew that, oh, the market maybe it's creating a retest. So we had a sell pending order. Guess what? Only 2 candlesticks, only 3 candlesticks, we were in deep profit, and that was great. So now maybe someone is waiting to say, I sell? No, relax. We don't have to sell around this area. You don't even have to buy, by the way. You don't even have to buy. What you can do, it's quite simple actually. You can just say, I will wait for the market to reach this area before I say maybe you buy or maybe you do something. If you want to sell, you can just, if you missed that nice sell there, you can wait for the market to break this area. And if it pushes lower, you can say, no, maybe now it's time to do what? It's time to sell. Simple as that. So let's push the next one. Let's push to the next one. Don't forget that we still have that Father's Day special. Father's Day special. So currently we are on US30. What do we see? We still see the market still bleeding. The market is still bleeding, guys. We see the market going down, 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 down. So what's really happening here is I have to find a resistance. Remember, this is a downtrend, guys. On a downtrend, we must find something that is gonna be we have to find something that we have to use as our backbone, something like a resistance area like that, a backbone like that. So when we are on a downtrend, you should have a resistance. When you are on an uptrend, you should have a support. So currently now, yes, I can't say this is a perfect one, but obviously it's something that we can use currently to say, you see, we have this type of areas that we can use or that we can rely on. So let me just throw some few points. I can have this. I can also have this. I can also, something like that. Something like this. So from these areas, they show us that, you know what, yes, it means that we are still on a very nice, actually, downtrend. And the market is creating this type of consolidation, push, consolidation, push, consolidation, push. And we are already aware of those type of moves. So what I'm waiting for here, I'm waiting for the market to push lower, and then we can have a nice sell, or the market to break this resistance before I can say maybe we're supposed to buy. Simple as that. Simple as that. So we don't really have to maybe think otherwise. So maybe we can have something like this around this area. It's up to you. But remember, it's still pre-market. The market can still consolidate and you can lose, seriously lose. And when the market opens later on, then the market goes in your favor. Unfortunately, maybe you already lost, which is bad if you don't know what times you're supposed to trade. Because now the market might be looking very nice and you might see some nice, some nice maybe opportunities, but sometimes pre-market it's a disaster. So it means you will end up having have to hold longer, or maybe the best way is to just wait for the market to open later on. You see, I'm sorry. The best way is to wait for the market to open later on. So yeah, I think maybe that's quite simple. So what do we see nicely here on NASDAQ? We simply see that yes, we are still on that downtrend. You can easily see that we are still on that downtrend. I don't really believe that this counter trend line is strong. I don't think that is very strong. Remember that because this is like very, very steep and or aggressive. It was a very aggressive. I know one way or another, the market might still push up, create something like this before pushing lower. That is also possible. So we have to be extra careful when we trade, when we are on like some serious sell-offs like this, you see. So yeah, I hope maybe we'll see each other later on when the market opens. I hope you're doing great, guys. This is Kenzo Xtrahot Forex. Don't forget to smash that like, share with your friends. And if you want to be part of the team, if you want to learn from me, we have a special $400. As I always repeated, you can just check my contacts there. Then you can talk to me. And yeah, you can be part of the team. Thank you very much. This is Kenzo Xtrahot Forex. Bye.